So, right-wingers are trying to obfuscate about the Texas shooting, trying to blame it to obfuscate from the fact that the reason it happened was because we need because guns are too easy to access and there need to be stricter gun control laws. But they want to be able to obfuscate from that. And one of the things they bring up in order to obfuscate, they're trying to one of the things they're doing in order to obfuscate is spreading misinformation about the shooter being trans. You know, it was 18. The shooter was 18-year-old Salvador Ramos. We don't know what his political ideology was, but he didn't have anything to do with Robb Elementary School, but what we do know about him is that he wasn't trans. But there are these different photos. These different photos of the shooter, like these, not photos of the shooter, but these trans people which are being spread on 4chan. These two trans women. One of them's named Sam and the other's named Sabrina, and they're being spread on 4chan. They're being spread by the CEO of the far right platform Gab, and it's misinforming people. And Candace Owens has also been spreading misinformation, and she's being dishonest about it. She said, we don't know. She tweeted, we don't know what the shooter's motivations were, but judging by the photos of him cross-dressing, we can assume that he was abused and tormented by adults in his life, or in other words, being groomed into being trans. And then afterwards, what she said was, she gets to have her cake and eat it too. She says, we don't know, but then she insinuated that they were cross-dressing. And then after that, what she did was she said, the media is trying to accuse me of sharing these photos. I didn't share the photo, or these photos of which suggested the shooter was trans. You didn't share them, but you were still tweeted about them as if they were real. So just completely dishonest stuff from Candace Owens. And another thing that I think to watch out for is the right likes to blame. They like to say that mental illness is the problem. Like if you want to deal with is the reason why these people are committing mass shootings. Well, if you want to deal with mental illness, provide people mental health care. You do universal background checks to keep people who have mental illnesses from having guns. People can still have guns, but you don't want people with mental illness shooting people. But they don't want to do that. And I also think that the people who say it's a mental illness, they'll also imply that being trans, gender dysphoria is a mental illness, which it isn't. So anyway, there you have it. Right-wingers spreading misinformation about the shooting.